you don't ever plan on something like this happening. It's just something that sort of does to, you know, bad things happen to good people, and accidents happen all the time. We read about them nowadays, but you don't really ever expect it to happen to you or your family or somebody that you know.
It definitely was a kind of a moment that you step back and you definitely think hard and long about it. And I just remember, like, during the accident, I like walked over to my mom and actually gave her a huge hug because she was just so shooken up. And I just kind of was just like, thank God we're still here, because this could have been so much worse. And, you know, thankfully everybody showed up when they did. So it's just amazing that, you know, we got the help we needed as soon as possible.
We were both on the left side of the bus, and I was sitting against the window, and I was actually looking out the window whenever I noticed that the trees were right against the window, kind of out of nowhere. So I looked ahead and noticed that the bus driver was literally off the road. So he overcorrected to the right, and as he did so, it's about 32 passengers on the bus. It's very top heavy, and so it kind of started to tilt, and then he overcorrected back to the left. That was when the bus completely did a 180, and so as it slid off the road, it hit kind of this palm tree grove that was right on the edge of the road, and when it did that, the windows blew out, and then that's whenever the bus actually flipped over on itself. But basically, you know, Chase decided, hey, like, I'm going to deal with everybody that's outside. We're going to get everybody outside the bus. And there was a couple patients, or a couple people that were still actually trapped inside the bus. And so when Chase said, hey, I'm going to take care of everybody outside, you know, I said, okay, I'm going to go back inside. And there was about 3 people that were still actively trapped inside there. So between running back and forth to make sure Chase was okay, dealing with everybody outside, and then making sure everybody under the bus and inside the bus was still doing okay.
After the bus had flipped and we kind of regained our bearings and figured out that everybody was okay, like you said, we figured out, okay, we need to delegate and get everybody that is possibly able to get out the bus and is, you know, hurt out, because we wanted to kind of triage patients and make sure that we could get them out and give them the care that they need effectively, and then get them to a hospital as soon as possible.
But it was a solid 15-20 minutes or so before anybody else started showing up. In fact, the first people that showed up were a couple Bahamian nurses that were going to work, and as they were going, this is the one main road of the whole island, so it's obviously stopping traffic. And I just remember I turned around and saw, you know, this woman wearing blue scrubs, and I thought, like, wait, how did you get here? And I was like, doesn't even matter, like, you're here to help. This is great. So yeah, they had a huge role in helping out in those first couple of minutes. I talked with a couple people on my unit and a couple of nurses, and talked with my family, and, you know, we train for a triage event. You read about it, and they tell you what all to do in a textbook, but when you're actually in the situation of one, it's quite a different experience, and it's not something you can really prepare for. But I will say that it's something where we both, I think Chase would agree, we both just fell into, like, all right, this is what we got to do. We're trained to do as much as we can, which isn't as much as a full nurse, but it's enough that we can help these people that were critical. You know, I'm 25. I, you know, had a career before this, and, you know, I think that the more I wanted to help people and have hands-on work, definitely kind of showed that it goes farther than just a career. It's something that you actively strive day in and day out to do.
I had like a background back in, like, when I was 14 with the Houston County Fire Department doing explorers, and I would compete in medical, like, competitions and just do different things, and I just enjoyed helping people out. I remember our tour guide saying, like, on this island, we were brothers keepers, and that, you know, we're all here to help each other and we're all we got. And so seeing that all come into action with, you know, Bahamian nurses showing up, locals, fire departments, EMS, everybody, it was a great feeling.